Hello everyone, my name is Shakila Apriladina, and for today's video I will be doing another book review, but for this book review I'll be reviewing a novel called The Language of Baklaava. So this novel was published in 2005 by an Arab American woman named Diana Abu Jaber. And this novel, The Language of Baklaava by Diana Abu Jaber, is a memoir about growing up with a Jordanian father and an American mother. This novel talks about her experience balancing the two cultures and finding her identity. And this novel shows how food can connect people, carry memories, and tell stories about where we all came from. So from this book, I will be highlighting three different points that I found from this novel. And let's just get into it. Okay, so the first point that I found from this novel is this. Does falafel belong to a nation, a culture? I stand in the corridor, hands on my hips, mulling over the poster. Whatever the nationality or religion, I'm excited about this event. I never heard of anyone outside of our family serving such dishes, especially falafel. So, the context behind this scene, behind this passage, is that Diana wonders if falafel belonged to some culture while attending some Jewish food weeks at her college. So it shows that falafel shows how food helps to stay connected to people culture, even when living in a different country and feeling pulled between both cultures. Like in this scenes, we can see that Diana's really excited about this food culture, and she never saw falafel, which is the falafel is the Jewish food, right? And it is like kind of related to Jewish culture, and she never heard of it because it's not in her culture, and her family never serves that dishes because they're not Jewish. And it kind of shows that food in here is have like a lot of connection. Food have a lot of connection to a lot of people culture, even though if we live abroad like Diana, like she's not from there, but because of food can help us feel still connected to our own culture. The second point that I will be highlighting is this one. Tonight, this is the purest food in the world, mother's milk, page 2010. So, from this context behind this scene, behind this passage, is that late at night she eats labneh, Diana eats labneh. It is a yogurt dish and it gives her the comfort. So this labneh symbolizes the comfort and the warmth of her Jordanian culture. It is connected to her roots. So this shows that how when she struggles with her identity, she can always find comfort in simple things, which is the food in here, and the food is labneh, the yogurt dish that she's eating at night. So throughout this novel, it shows a lot of how Diana find her identity, and it's related to food. While in this scene, it shows that while she struggles with her identity, she then eat the food which is in here. It's the yogurt dish that she's eating, the labneh, and she felt like comfort from eating that food, because whenever her struggles about identity, the food is always a good thing to calm herself, to calm people down, because like the food is also from her culture, and she is also a part of that culture, so it's related to herself and to her Jordanian culture. The third point, or the last point that I will be highlighting is, I turned inside out, my body physically rejecting the food, a rejection of something more powerful than food, page 2008. So the context behind these scenes, in when she came home and ate the food her father made, she felt sick, especially when her father talks about her future and pressured her. So this means that it shows that she is not only about the food that she's eating, but also the expectation from his dad. She's not only rejecting that, but also the expectation from his dad. And the sickness symbolizes how it's not easy for her to balance to be what she wants and following what her family wants. So in this novel, because it talks a lot about it mainly talks about Diana finding her identity and with help of the food. And in this scene, it's also show how the food symbolize her rejecting her family expectation while eating a food, and she feels sick. It kind of shows that she felt sick because of the food, but it related, the sickness is related because of her father expectation, and she felt like she cannot bear it, and she felt sick throughout the expectation, same with how she felt sick when she eats the food. So I think that is all for three of points that I've highlighted from this novel. All of them is talk about food, because in this novel is mainly talk about the identity, about the characters or the author, and the food itself. And yeah, and I do recommend it, this novel, because because I think it's really good. And if you like a novel or stories about finding identity, especially if you're a Muslim who's finding her identity, like a story about Muslim finding an identity, and if you're a foodie who likes food, loves food, likes everything about foods, probably this it will be a point plus, because you're going to see a lot of like food related stuff from this novel. And yeah, okay, I think that is all for my videos about book reviewing about this novel. I'm sorry if some of my words is not really easy to understand, or there's a different kind of perspective from how I think about this novel. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.